Okay. I think I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a proper crash. Not my car, my computer. It's had technical issues. I'm not convinced it's the game. Although, funny enough, it's since I've started the game up, so I'm not too sure if anybody can hear me. But the stream is back up. My apologies for that. That was a catastrophic crash on my computer. That's the second crash I've had, both to do with ACC. So, yeah, from my perspective, it's not good. So I really do need to get to the bottom of that. I was on board with Mark Christopher. I'm now on board with David Gerrard. And what I'll do is, as soon as I can get the other link going. So cheers, Chris. Thanks very much. Yeah, technical problems. Then the game just went pop. You know, apps are the best of us, as I said. But hey, there we go. I'm going to change the camera angle to cockpit, and I'll do a. Well, we'll just sit on board with David Gerrard for this lap. So thanks for confirming you can hear me, Chris. And my apologies for the stream disappearing. He's just coming down the start finish straight. And he wants to brake just after the 100 metre board on the left hand side. Lift the car in as close to the side as possible to get the power down early on. And then get the car to the right hand side, close to the wall without hitting the wall. And then as it comes to the bottom of Eau Rouge, he wants to swing the car left over the curb and then get the car to the right hand side up the curb, and that'll take him into Radion. Keep the car balanced up onto Kennel Straight. Hi Derek. Hi Terry. Lovely here Terry, 18 degrees. Watch my car today. So he's obviously just coming through the bend at the top, he's coming to the little hairpin. So far so good, he's currently 5th. I shall show the gaps, the best lap, sorry. So you can see exactly what the lap times are. So for those who missed the start, my apologies. I had I've had 2 catastrophic crashes on my PC. Never usually happens. I'm not too sure it's my video capture card or whether it's the game. I was suffering massive performance issues with the game. I tried it before, it was fine, but during streaming it was just really pants, but it seems to be okay now. It should be coming through nice and smooth, and you should be able to hear me nice and smooth as well, talking over the engine. So yeah, hopefully it's all good. 6 minutes left to qualify, and I missed the first 5 minutes as a result of that. The current positions, as you can see there, is Bezjak, Eklund, Wood, Wiggin, Saunders, Gerrard, Kaunov, Mark, Hjort, Pettersson, Rogers, Schaefer, Trowbridge, Larson, Christopher, Westin, Arabas, Larson and Shannon. Okay, so I'm not too sure what team Shannon's on. He's just coming over the line now. David, let's see what his lap time's going to be. It's 2:20.1, so that's a relatively good lap time, but it's still only put him in 7th place. So it goes to show the sort of companies he's amongst here. 2:18.8 with Branco. That's a hell of a lap time. And Lars, Wood and Wiggin and Hjort are all in the 2:19s. Some very quick lap times coming up here. Very quick lap times. These seem quicker than yesterday actually, and I'm just wondering whether the update has benefited some cars, shall we say. I know there has been bot changes to some of the cars. I didn't think it would be as significant as this, but hey ho, there we go. Right, let's jump on board. Let's see what team Alan's with. I'm not too sure what team Alan's with here. Oh, he's part of crew chiefs. There you go. So crew chief I think is also Craig Holmes. Can't see him on the so he's obviously busy at the moment. I think he's working away. Oh, he's away, and obviously Terry's already mentioned he's watching from Pissing It Down Spain. Sorry, Raining Spain. The rain in Spain fault maybe on plane though, Terry, surely. Yeah, that's it, Derek. He's took it with him. Yeah, sorry, James. I had a catastrophic crash It didn't even give me the blue screen of death. It just went bye, and I had to shut down and everything. So yeah, that wasn't too clever. It seems okay now. The pitch is much more stable than it was. Anico. So Aaron's going to come round. His best is a 222. I'm not too sure who's going to gain on this. He's not going to gain on this. I'm going to jump forward to Krista. So Krista's in 7th with a 219.8. He's 4/10 up, so he's been for a 219.4. These times are fantastic. I mean, I'm in Group 1. I'm feeling really not hopeful for Sunday at all. Great for consistency, but yeah, I'm really not feeling hopeful. I barely did 219 in the Aston. I managed a 220.1 for a 220 flat in the BMW with race fuel. So I might be able to eke another couple of tenths out of that, but I'm not going to be doing these sort of lap times. Oh, nice, having some golf competitions. Excellent, Terry. Watching from Mexico. You in Cancun? By any chance? So he's bailed his lap. Terry's on a good lap. He's 8/10 up at the moment, 7/10 up. He's a 221.4. So these are the sort of times I'll be doing on Sunday. So I'll be sitting in good company with Terry at the back. Hopefully not. Mark Christopher's struggling as well, 220.7, interestingly enough. And Kai's on a 220.7 too, so some good lap times in there. Kai's off track at the moment. Yeah, Saunders was quick. Although, gave him a good run yesterday. If anybody saw that. At the night race, managed to hold me home. We're on board with Johan Larsson here. As we come down to the final countdown for qualifying. Yeah, I've got to do some golf, James. Although saying that, I've done a few things today in the lunchtime and backs in pieces, so it doesn't really upload them, does it? The backs in pieces have to do with literally nothing. So, yeah, interesting. So, what I'll do is I'll switch the camera angle to the car. I'll do it from the bonnet. I'm going to do it from the bonnet. We'll ride on board with wood on the other screen. So, oh yeah, the split screen is working. Woohoo! Small gains and all that. Just so you're aware, the split screen on the laptop isn't as good a quality because the laptops are a powerful laptop. So I've turned some of the graphics down. The car graphics are turned up a little bit just to try and make the picture look a bit more appealing. So yeah, my apologies for the quality of the graphics on the screen. But it is what it is. If I can gain enough money and get a new PC for streaming, I'll definitely do that. And I'll use that as the main PC then. I'll use this as even though it's my gaming PC, I'll just use this for streaming bits of it. Yeah, Costa Rica is very nice. Yeah, John is fast. But Chris, how many times you say it, he just goes off track and bins it. So we'll see. I'm going to switch to John actually because John's going quicker here. He's a 219.5. He's 1/10 up. He's looking to go into 3rd place here. He's not going to get second. He's too far off second. This will be John's final lap. I think last night he made a few mistakes. He had a contact with Christopher. I'm not too sure if that was him or Christopher. But occasionally he was catching, then he'd lose like a couple of seconds, so I presume he's just going wide. He must be on the very, very edge and the very limit. So Woods, who the other stream is, he's not gaining anything at the moment. He's not lost anything, but he's not gaining anything. And Saunders has lost all his time here, so a few drivers backing out now. They're really not pumping the times in. Back with Wood now, and Wood was gaining ever so slightly. He needs to gain 2/10 so to push John Saunders back. He's 1/10 up, he's 2/10 up. He's got that corner nailed there, but he's going to lose it here. BMW's great into that corner, but it's woeful in this left-hand corner here. Now Oh, he proves me wrong there and gets 2 tenths up, but he's lost it again. You see, he just will not put the power down on the green stuff for some reason. No matter what I tried yesterday, I couldn't get it to go quicker there. Now he's looking better. He's got into the 2s now, so he's nearly into the 3 tenths. He's going to get at this rate, he could claim 3rd place on the grid. Let's see if he's going to do it. He's edging between 2 and 3 tenths here at the moment. He's going for 4 tenths. He's really shifting now. He's put the pressure right down. He's lost a lot of time there. He's very slow putting the power down. It's cost him that. Actually cost him. It might cost him 3rd place. He's now looking at down the barrel of 2nd place. Still going to be close. Still going to be close. He's just going to miss out as it stands, I believe. Yeah, he's going to go up a place, but he's not going to go up enough. In fact, if he carries on, he's not going to go up into 4th at this rate. Saunders is going to end up claiming it off him. Oh, he's gained into that braking zone. Wow, he's gained so much here. This is it. He's going to nail 3rd place now. Can he get the power down? Lost a lot of power accelerating, but he's just done it by 2 thousandths of a second. Wow. Back after this. Okay, I'm just waiting for them to collate onto the grid. He says, waiting for that to happen. When they come on the grid, I'll obviously do the grid walk. As they stand at the moment, they're still in the pits. So there was a couple of cars coming around on the grid late. Hi, Willie. Yeah, it's really taking its time. I'm just waiting for everyone to get on the grid. It should sort itself in a second. This is something we probably need to change on the server, speed it up a little bit. We shall see. God, it's really taking its time. I think everyone's decided to go home. Come on. It'll switch over before we know it, and then we can sit there and say, right, off we go. Get the grid walk, but it won't be a long one because there's only 19 cars on the grid. And then yeah, we'll see exactly what happens. And we're still waiting. So the new update dropped today. Let's have a quick chat about the new update. 4 new cars if you buy the DLC. For the UK, that's £9.99. Some people are saying it feels like a bit of a rip-off. You've got to look at it in context, really. It's 4 new cars now, but the way they've opened the cars up, I think there's more expansion to come. You know, it looks like there's going to be a couple more DLCs with more tracks. Granted, they'll take money for that as well. But as others have rightly pointed out, if you're a part of the crashing crew, you know, that burns a hole in your pocket, and the way they do that is ridiculous. So at least you know what you're paying for, you're getting. Not everybody agrees with it, and some have said they're not going to bother getting the new cars. Again, that's entirely up to them. I've already changed a couple of the rounds on the one-off cars to cater for the DLC. So the 488's in there as a challenge race, and also the BMW M2 is going to be in there. The C2 is going to be in there. So a couple of one-off races around that. God, this is really taking its time to switch over. Oh, and here we go. So just let me get myself on the grid. So I know exactly who I'm with. And I can then work out what I need to do in relation to the grid. Thank God they haven't changed that again, because last time they changed how you could walk around the grid. It took me a couple of minutes to work it out. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the grid. So in pole position, we've got Lars Eklund in the yellow and blue McLaren. We've then got Branko Bezjak in the red McLaren. We've got first the Syndeo cars, which is Jonathan Wood in that fantastic Samsung liveried BMW. So yeah, it's a Samsung screensaver that's been based on. We've then got a McLaren of Krista Hjort. First of the Bentleys, which is John Saunders, the brute of a car. Another Bentley, which is Rhys Wiggin in the 666 Devil car. We then have Roman Mark in the orange McLaren. We then have the first of the PWS aqua green cars, which is Mark Christopher, followed closely by the other one of David Gerrard. We then have Mirch Paunov in the other Syndeo car. We then have one of the other Bentleys in Terry Trowbridge, and another one of the baby McLarens of Johan Larsson. Mark Rogers, the other one of the PWS aqua green cars, and another one of the team Burning Bear, I think they're called, McLarens. I can't work out who's who there, but that's Andreas Pettersson. Got Kai Schaefer in the red and grey mottled McLaren, and we have Rickard Wested, and I think that's Team Burning Bear as well. And the final Team Burning Bear is Goran Larsson, so there's two Larssons on track. That's going to confuse me. And then we've got Jeremy Arabas in the Team Syndeo, and coming up the back we've got Aaron Shannon, who's representing a team by himself at the moment because his colleagues aren't in the race. So I'm going to go to Helicam for us at the front of the grid. There's not many cars here, so the chance of me using the split screen is going to be quite limited, but if I need to, I will do. Quick back to the chat. Oh god, there's been a lot going on. Willie says it's a track you'll never get. I'll never get lost here. Yeah, Stefan, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Yeah, Willie's saying he's starting to get Paul Ricard. It's not a rip-off yet. I totally agree with that, Willie. That's my comment. Yeah, and Chris just makes my point there. Well, it's still cheaper than one car on iRacing. Porsche Cup 2, very little you can do his setup. Interesting, Derek. I've not been in that. I've noticed you were on it before. You're right, Willie. DLC gives them the permission, gives them the income to do more. We've got 3 seconds to go. And Stefan said it's a packet of cigarettes. Perfect, perfect analogy there. So Nikos says he'll only get me if someone asks for his skin. Yeah, and Willie's going to wait. Nikos, yeah, and Dimitri saying couldn't make it today, but we have Jonathan Mirch and the boss representing. Good luck to Team Syndeo. Welcome, Dimitri. As you can see there, everyone's getting around the corner. What I'll do is I will put on the other camera. Actually, I didn't want to do that. I'll switch that off a second. I'll just switch my other screen to drive if you want to go faster. That's probably the best way to describe it. And I'll put the split screen on now. So we've got the front, we've got the back, hopefully catered for there. Everyone's going. Oh, Rouge, Radion, the tricky bit. Already Wood is right up the backside, and he looks like he's going for a pass there, is Wood. So yeah, Wood's going for it. Everyone else seems to have got through. I've not seen any yellow flags anywhere. A lot of bustling going on at the back as well. Christopher's managed to take Mirch. Rogers has taken Pettersson. And we've got a car coming up inside. That's Rhys. Oh, and there's a contact. I think that's Roman Mark has made contact with John Saunders. Let's have a quick replay of that one. In fact, it's all kicked off. There's almost carnage. There's 7-8 cars involved in an incident here. So we've got Roman coming up here. So far, so good. You can see Rick Reese has got a really good drive up the inside of the other Bentley there. He puts his brakes on, and Roman just goes. He doesn't brake enough, and obviously Saunders has already entered the corner. One of the PWS cars is sideways as a result of contact. Then there's 2 McLarens with contact, and then everyone gets going. Yeah, and Saunders is second from the last. Well, that certainly cleared itself up a little bit, didn't it? And in all that, Wiggins did make a pathway forward, but Mirch is putting pressure on him, and we've got Johan Larsson off track. So yeah, that's He's lost about sort of 4 places there. We'll get back to merch, and what I'll do is on the other screen, where the ballot, where the fighting's going on, I'll put that so you can see what's going on the other screen as well. So that battle is the battle for 11th place, and Andreas is at the front of that kit of cars there. He's just about to be overtaken by Rogers. Sorry, Peterson's just took over Weston, my apologies there. Merch is still putting pressure on Reese, and Terry's putting pressure on David Gerrard, and Reese is Merch is looking very, very racy here. Let's just jump on board the rear wing of Reese Wiggin, just so we can see the braking and the difference in braking. Merch does tend to brake a little bit later. In this instance he hasn't done, but look at the turning he's got on that BMW. Wow, is he going to make it? No, he's not. Bentley's got a lot of grunt off the mark, and you can see he's pulling away a bit. So I'm going to go to the helicam as they come up through Eau Rouge and Radillon. I'll come back to the chat in a minute. I just want to try and keep track of what's going on here, literally. I'm going to jump back a little bit because Jeremy's now putting pressure on that group of cars. And as we can see there, I completely missed that. Let's see what happened there. I completely missed it. So that was Merch on Wiggins, and that's going to be damage to both cars. Merch is still going up, but yeah, that's definitely damaged. Now that was obviously lap 2, and Reese has got going again. Merch is right down, and he's struggling as well. So they've ended up going to the back, and there's contact at the front as well. Teammates have had contact at the front, so I can't work out who that was. But there was definitely contact at the front as well there. Jeremy's gone off track. Oh, it's all kicking off here. Kai's been involved in an incident. Yeah, it was Jeremy has had a contact with Ricard, and Kai's had contact, but yeah, a couple of instances there. And you can see here, Roman Mark is trying to catch Aaron. Now Roman is quick. I would expect him to pass Aaron quite easily. I will say though, Aaron is getting better. The more and more he races with us, he is getting better. And it was quite interesting. He told me a story the other day. He was at a party, must have been at a gaming party or something. I mean, obviously at our age we can still do them. And he actually had his rig there, or his racing there. And ironically, they were watching the stream on a live stream, massive screen in YouTube. And it just happened as I went on board with him, and he was like, didn't even predict this sort of thing. Got a lot of people interested apparently, so there could be quite a number of other people wanting to join. He's a nice bloke actually. We speak to Aaron in the chat, really down to earth. You can see there, is Roman going to try and squeeze up the inside? No, he's not. Good safe drive in there. Jonathan Woods just pumped in a 220 in. Oh, and he's gone very, very wide there, but he's don't think he'll get track limit warning there. Obviously you will get warnings on this track. As you know, with this one we've also got a mandatory pit stop. I'll put that on, and I can try and indicate when pit stops have been passed. I'll try and come back to the chat now. Yeah, ambitious dive, I like that, Nikos. Yeah, I've done it, Nikos. I remembered before I even got to your chat the gaps in the tower. Yeah, rough racing Willie and Stefan, same old, yeah. Totally agree, Derek, some long pit stops there. Stefan, to gift Nikos on Steam, when you go to purchase you can do it to gift, but they've got to be a friend on your friends list in Steam. That's the best way to do it. Hi Melvin, and I missed that car going off again. That was Aaron. Let's in fact that looked like there was contact there, so I'm just going to check that because I completely missed it. The Roman's got a really good run here. I was looking at the chat rather than looking at the race, so my apologies for that, guys. Yeah, he's easily done it there. All I can think of here is Aaron's got his braking point completely wrong. Yeah, Aaron's tried to brake. Not too sure there. There's not too much in what Aaron was doing. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a dive because he didn't keep the car going straight. I think he just misread what was going on there. So it's all calmed down at the front, and the battles are here now. This is Andreas on on Mark Rogers on the aqua green car. Andreas is looking really good in the McLaren as well. And just behind John Saunders, Kai's having a battle, as well as Johan Larsson. So I'll jump to that one in a second as well. You can see now Johan's got a really good run on Kai here. Very close racing. Yeah, that's not the corners we passing side by side on, and I think Johan realised that and just backed out. Coming into the bus stop now, get your braking point right, and they've now got Roman coming up behind them as well. So Roman's going to be coming at a rate of knots. The 3 McLarens though, so speed wise they should be the same. Obviously setup's a key thing there. That's nicely that, Stefan. Yeah, I do think Roman's going to be on these guys in a minute. He's 1.7 seconds behind. Now, I say he's going to be. It's really down to if he's got any damage to his car, because he's had a couple of incidents now. Lap 1, he had an incident at the top with a dive. That's going to be, I would imagine, investigated by the stewards and will be a penalty. And also he had that incident then with Aaron. I'm not too sure of who was the guilty party there, so I prefer not to try and comment. The space looked fair, but again, it was only a replay. I don't get to see the camera angles and stuff, what's going on. Now they are pulling away from Roman. Looks like he's not gaining. And Christopher has just been taken by his teammate Rogers. So Rogers is flying now. He's really pulled away. That could be a track limits warning for Rogers. That going beyond the yellow strip and accelerating will be a track warning, not track limits, a track warning. Certain parts of this track where if you go beyond the yellow and the red, it will give you a penalty, unless you ease off and put your brakes on. I don't think Christopher's going to challenge, because obviously it's a teammate and it makes no sense whatsoever, and they're going to get equally as many points coming in. So he's very wide again there. Is Rogers. He must be careful, and obviously that's another one. He's just kept it on there. These are the corners he wants to really be careful with. Christopher's well off track there. But Christopher will have track limits, but I'm not sure whether that's far enough for a warning. If he's kept it belted on the floor, he's definitely going to be in fact, a couple of warnings there. So it's going to be interesting this. Do we get any drive-throughs later on? Reese needs to pit in he's got no 6th gear. I don't use 6th gear on this track in the BM. It won't go there. So are we going to see any drive-throughs as a result of track limits? Yes or no? Not too sure. Really not too sure. Okay, so I'm going to, in the little window, Roman Mark is now putting pressure on the other 2 cars. So we've got a couple of little battles going on now. This one's eased off a little bit, but Roman, Larsson, and that is starting to get a bit nice, shall we say. Them Astons are all over the place. Christopher just goes wide there as well. So again, could be another problem. I noticed the Ferrari's got 7 gears. Interesting. The new Challenger's a 7th gear. It's got a 7th gear for the straight. That'll be worth a barrel of laughs on the on Paul Ricard, wouldn't it? How fast can you go? Yeah, I'm going to switch to the other battle, because the other battle is kicking off nicely. So we've already had Larsson take Kai. And Kai's now looking down the barrel of Roman Mark. And I say, because of the 3 McLarens, this is going to be quite close. There's another battle going on behind. Ricard and Goran, they're also fighting. The gap at the front is all equalised. There's nothing major going on at the front. Everyone's just running quite happily behind each other. Jonathan Wood and Roman's going for the inside there. Let's just jump on board with Roman there. Go to his cockpit view. See what sort of view he's got from his cockpit. Kai's riding very well here. Very, very good lines. Using the curve where he needs to, not using the curve where he doesn't. And you can see he just had a better drive than Roman there. He wants to stay off the grass though. Got to play havoc with the car. Flat out through here, both doing that flat out, great stuff. Yeah, you can see the 3 cars in front of them having a battle as well. But Roman was better on the braking there, it all depends on how Kai can accelerate away here. Yeah, I think Roman gains also slightly on Kai there. Let's look at the rear view of Kai's car. See Roman's there, let's look at the rear view of Johan's. So Johan's got them both in, Kai's gone a bit deep there. And that's going to, I thought I was going to allow Roman to undercut, but it's not going to happen. Let's go to the helicam and go on board with Kai just so we can see what happens through Eau Rouge and Radion. Oh, there's a Bentley spinning, and that's Saunders. Saunders has binned it. Let's see what Saunders has done. And he puts it in the wall as he tries to get going again. Definitely need to calm him down, Chris. So he's obviously gone wrong. Come up here. He's obviously gone out of control. That's fine there. Oh, he's over committed there. Oh, that's damage. Yeah. And then he goes forward and hits the wall again for good measure. I think he was trying to spin the car around. No. So he's going again. But you can see he's cutting the corners. He wants to get back to the pits. I wouldn't be surprised if inside his car he's got a problem with his wheel there. Oh no, his wheel's alright. I bet his car's struggling though for grip. You can see his windscreen's slightly grazed, which usually implies it's a rough contact with the wall there. Hi Robert. Dimitri, the new Ferrari will not be a GT3 race car purely because it's too blasted quick. So we'll go back with Andreas now. Andreas is putting pressure on Mark Christopher. So Mark Christopher's struggling now. He's lost a lot of time. I said he was going off track a little bit. I'm wondering whether he's easing off a little bit now just to ensure he doesn't go beyond track limits. That's a long way to try and ease off. Yeah, it's much quicker. Much quicker. So if it's you try to use the Ferrari in a normal GT3 race, you'll walk it. Well, they do say it suffers with understeer as well, so horses for courses, but you'll get mullered at Paul Ricard. Interesting, Christopher's really struggling here. He's in the 223.9s. I mean, he should be in the 221s now, so I don't think he's got a problem with his tyres or something else. But you can see Andreas is really putting him under pressure. Saunders has gone off again. He's looking quite woeful for Saunders now. Let's go on board. Is he going to get a good run? Christopher's defending. That Mac is going to get a good run, but is it enough? I'm not too sure where it's going to be enough to get the pass because Christopher will brake late, and as you can see there, he has broken late. The pressure's on now. He only needs to make a mistake, and I think no words, Chris. It's exactly what you were saying to me the other day. What else is in the chat? Yeah, don't blame me. Really getting you know, when you buy things as a full kit, you can save a fortune sometimes. I've just lost a bit of ground there, and yet the lap times are very, very similar. There's only 0.04 of a second between them. Right, I'm going to jump back to Ricard because Ricard is putting pressure on Jeremy here. So Jeremy did go off track before, but I don't think he damaged his car. Luckily, because everyone's started to space out now, the number of incidents are going to reduce. 16 viewers, only 8 likes, guys. Come on. Get that button clicked. Grateful to our sponsors as well, Syndeo.world, preciouswashers.co.uk, PWS and Aqua Green. And obviously thank everybody who donates to us. Also, just to make you aware that if you go to the website homepage, there's a link at the top to our merchandise shop where you can buy eSeniors great merchandise. hoodies, t-shirts, caps and all sorts. So, you know, jump along there and see anything that tickles your fancy. Wouldn't be a proper stream without all that, would it? So Merch is running last and he's a lap down, unfortunately. So obviously that, and he's already been in the pits once. Pit window's going to open shortly, and then that'll open up another opportunity. Now Christopher's been passed, and you can see here that Larson is after Christopher now. So has Christopher got a bigger problem? Just doesn't seem quick at all. In fact, he's going to be, if you don't watch out, he's going to get taken by 3 cars here. And there goes the pit window, right on cue. Said it'd open shortly. I meant it. Nikos, the Ferrari can't, because first of all it's got 7 speed and it's like a missile. It'll drop any of the GT3 cars, mate. It's not it's a challenge car, it's a one-off, so it's its own classification. And look, he's gone off again wide there. He's definitely got problems, Christopher, because he's been going off a lot, and I mean he's having to defend for his life here. I mean, Pettersson's already gone and disappeared. He's going to have these 3 cars, and he's gone wide. That could be a warning there. He could be in trouble here. I've seen him do that twice now. I reckon he could be our first drive-through. Larson is quick. Johan's very quick indeed. And you can see here, Larson's going for Christopher. That's not the place to do it. Christopher's defending. He probably should have eased off there, knowing full well, but now he's put himself at risk from Kai behind. Kai's going down the outside. That was contact, and Kai loses out to Roman. So Roman now comes into the fray a little bit, and Kai's trying to get that place back. And Christopher lives to fight another day, so that was a door tap. Kai getting anywhere there? No. So the only hope Kai's got here is getting a good run through Eau Rouge and Radion, as is Larson. Let's see how he does here. He's very, very close there, to be fair, is Kai. Just trying to work out, did he touch the brakes there? Is he going to get a good run? Let's jump on board. He's too far behind there. Well, that would be very ambitious, and Roman knows it. Otherwise Roman would be defending there. Very deep there as Kai got his braking point completely wrong. Right, I'm jumping to the front because there's action. Branco has caught Lars up. So we know Branco is turning out to be a very, very fast guy. He holds the speed. He's 2:19.2 is his best here. Lars in front's done 2:19.3, so they're very, very well matched. This is going to be really interesting. 2 super fast guys, and they're nearly 10 seconds clear of Jonathan Wood now. Wiggins and Saunders both either pitting for their pit stop or pitting because the cars are shafted, one of the two. Nikos, I think I said early on, it suffers massive understeer, so you've got to bring the car to a halt quickly before the corner. So which one of these two is going to pit first, and is the pit stop going to give them an advantage? Mark's managed to take in there. Looking at that, Mark managed to take. Larson's just taken Christopher, and Christopher's going to lose another one. Is Christopher losing 2 places here? He's having a nightmare. I said he was going to get likely to be taken there, but he's having a bit of a nightmare as Christopher. Come across deep there. He spun his car, and that's allowed Kai to pass too. So Christopher, in the case of a couple of corners there, has lost numerous places, and he's actually there was contact with Roman there. Both got alongside each other into the just as the exit of the bus stop onto the start-finish straight by the looks of it. It just did look like a door nudge. Lars has managed to put him at bay a little bit here. Now Woodsgate the second. Is that because these two are battling? Dort's got hit. Can't see that registering actually. Yeah, I'm not seeing Holt as R823. I'm not seeing Hjort as registering as having contact actually. Let's go to Hjort. Let's see what he's up to. He's by himself. The closest one to him is David Gerrard, which is 2.5 seconds behind. Interesting. I think Saunders has given up. He's sat in the pits. He's not moving. Ricard's putting pressure on Jeremy still. He's still not managed to get past. Jeremy's just one of these that puts it in the right place, brakes at the right place. You've just got to be aware of where he's going to brake. Oh, that McLaren at the back there, that was Goran there, was a bit wide. I think we're going to see some drive-throughs. Yeah, the BM's going around the corner much better than the McLaren there. You can see the McLaren's having to take a much wider berth, whereas the BMW seems to be turning much better. I do think Ricard could get him on the straight though. Well, saying that, I had Van der Voort behind me yesterday, and up Radian onto Kemmel Straight, he couldn't catch the BMW for some reason. So I think the BMW's definitely got a better run. Are we going to see a move here? He's gone for the outside. He needs to get the pass done before the corner, because 2 into that bend, it doesn't go. Jeremy will back off. No, he hasn't done. Wow. No, I think Jeremy definitely backed off a bit there, because they would have had contact. Jeremy knew he was beaten, so I did call that. Ricard did have a good run there. And we've only got Christopher's pitted. So Christopher's decided to pit. As you can see, he's just going to pits there. I don't know how long his pit stop's going to be, but it could be a bit of a disaster because of damage. This is really the only battle on track at the moment. Goran, Jeremy and Ricard. Everyone else is a good distance behind or pitting. The gap between Bejac and Wood stabilised again now. Wood did gain, but it's now stabilised. Yeah, I noticed that, Willie. There's two, isn't there? There's the TCX, and there's the TCX, I think, is the BMW, and there's another one, is the FCX, which is the Ferrari. That tells me there's they've made 2 distinct categories, but the M2 is another class of car. So I do think we're going to see more of the GT2s, aren't they? No, GT. I can't remember the name of them. They're beyond. Oh, Ricard's binned it. He's absolutely binned it, and this has given Goran now pressure on Jeremy. He's just got a bit of a run there. Saunders is coming out the... Oh, he's not coming out the pits. He's binned it. He's just been in the pits and he's binned it again. I don't know what he's got on his wheels, but I don't think driving around on ice skates is... oh, he sent his teammate wide there. And he's going to get... Saunders is having an absolute nightmare here. It's like he's got no downforce at all. The car's just playing on the ice. Because he seems to be going off on every other corner. It's really struggling with traction from the look of it. Christopher's coming out the pits. So he's now chasing down Ricard. Ricard is on the same lap as him actually, so that's how much this has moved around a bit. Shannon's done his pit stop as well. I'm going to jump forward to Roman Mark. Mark's still putting pressure on Larson here, but nothing's been gained. But they are now starting to catch up. Christopher's obviously in front of them. They're going to be back markers. Not going to be long before, if they can't get their act together and accelerate, they're going to be on the back end of them before they know it. Yeah, that's what I meant, Willie. They're the ones after the GT4, slower than the GT4. Andreas is on a cracking one here. I think Roman's going to get Johan here. He's either going to get him on the track, or I think he'll get him on the pit stop. You're a gentleman, Stefan. Absolute gentleman. Interesting the angle of the corner there, the way Roman takes that corner compared to Johan. Oh, Johan's gone deep there. I have cost him a little bit of time. Yeah, because he's struggling into that corner. This is where we're going to see Roman now close right up on him, I think. This car's a lot flatter through there, Romans, by the looks of it. Although it does look like there that the Larson's managed to keep it in front quite considerably. And that's the corner that matters. Both round there without a problem. Both taking it very, very similarly, actually. Gaining on Andreas in front. And there you go. Roman's decided, I'm going for my pit stop. That takes the battle away. I'm going back to Branco. Branco's getting within a second of Lars again. It looks like when he gets closer, Lars just puts his foot down a touch. There's no point in going to the pits yet because obviously when Johan pits, we'll keep a camera on Johan and we'll go to Roman just to see where they're going to come out together. Branco's got his foot down again now. His last lap was... I mean, the lap times are very, very similar, if I'm being honest. You know, there's not much in the lap times. You're talking hundredths of a second between these two guys. They are that consistent between themselves. So if I put the splits up on the screen, you can see the time between them. 2:26.5 and a 2:26.07. And when they come over the finish line this time, I mean, Branco's a bit quicker here. I think Lars has just got a bit of a mistake coming out one of the corners, and it's allowed Branco to gain 3/10 on him. I think Branco's going to be 3/10 quicker this lap. It all comes down to the braking point. Krista's now in fourth. Yes, Willie? But obviously still got a pit. As is Wood and Gerard behind him. Wood in front of him, Gerard behind him. There you go. I thought that would happen. I thought Lars would pit. He's obviously sensing the tyres just starting to go a little bit, and he wants to maximise his tyre usage. Yeah, that's Branco now running well. That means Wood's down onto second place, and Krista is going to come round and take third place as it stands. But obviously there's pit stops to go as well. Roman's now coming out of the pits, and he'll be hunting down Johan. So I'm going to jump back to Johan, and you can see there he's being passed by Branco. So we're going to see Johan pit here. This is where the action gets interesting. No, he's not pitting. So Johan's staying out. So is Kai. So they're obviously running bigger fuel loads. The pits is just starting to topsy-turvy the table a little bit at the moment. And the only person on a mission is Rogers on Terry Trowbridge, Terry in the Bentley, in front of him. He's 2 seconds up the road, but not doing too much. Christopher's got getting white flags. I presume he's had to brake and he's gone wide a little bit there. David Gerard is now catching Krista. David Gerrard's on the hunt now for Krista. So Krista's currently running in 3rd place. David Gerrard wants 3rd place. They've still got a pit, so I think they'll come out 5th and 6th after the pit stops respectively. So Lars is still in the pits. The pit lane on this game, on this track, is ridiculous. It takes you right down through the half of the continent, I think, to do your pits. Yeah, Lars is still. I think Lars is just in the pits now. Got to his pit box. No, Lars still hasn't got to his pit box. Now he's got to his pit box. Wow. So, where's Branko going to come out? Is Branko going to pit? Let's see where Branko comes. I mean, he's never going to get out in front of Branko there, but the same thing's going to happen when Branko pits. That's what's going to be important here. Does Branko want to pit here? He does. He does indeed. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Branko on the inner screen, and I'm going to go to Lars on the outer screen. So we'll get to see exactly where they are on track. So, cockpit. This is something I couldn't do previously. Is keep track of one driver and keep track of another driver. I have to explain it, but now you can see it yourself. This is where the split screen comes in handy actually, because you get to see one driver coming in, getting the service, then going back out again, and the other driver going hell for leather. You can see the big screen is Lars, and he's going for it. He knows Branko's probably pitted. Really going for it here. Branko's still not got to his pit place. He's still trundling down pit road. He's coming to it any second now, because otherwise he's going to be back on track at this rate. He's coming right down towards the end. He's got one of the he's last actually, first pit grid. So this is really now up to Lars. Is Lars going to get out in front of him? This could be really close. What's going to happen? Let's find out. It's really pushing though. And don't forget he's going to be on not necessarily hot tyres. That's going to add to the fact that Branko's not going to have hot tyres, and Lars will just have heated his up. So Lars is coming to the bus stop now. Start finish straight. Branko's not yet moving. Branko's car's just been dropped and he's off. Wow, let's see where this takes us. I think Branko's got it here, but Lars's tyres are going to be warmer. Oh, he's significantly out of the way as well. Branko's well ahead there. I mean, Lars is gaining, but wow, he's well ahead. He's completely undone that lead Lars had. See him now on the screen, you can't see him, he's just up at the top there, but he's just going through the corners now. He's really pulled one there. 5 seconds, sorry, 11 seconds gain on Lars there. Wow, and Lars was shifting. Lars was really shifting there. But Lars has got the benefit of tyres. His tyres have warmed up. Is that going to show in the times? Branko's are still going not up to full temperature. He's not cutting into the lead though, Lars. Jonathan Wood, David Gerrard and Rogers are all pitted now as well. Lars is static, his time's static against Branko. Really struggling to make headway now. Jeremy's off. Oh, he's coming out the pits, my apologies. As Mr. Christopher goes flying past him there. And Rickard's coming out the pits as well. So Larsson's yet to pit. He always pits very late, Johan. Got 11 minutes to go. Well, this means Johan's currently leading. It's false because obviously they've still got a pit. And Kai is just behind him as well. But they're both going long. They've obviously put a lot of fuel in relation to where they are. Lars has been the quickest on track but hasn't got purple because it was a spoilt lap. He did a 2:19.4, which was 4 tenths quicker than Branko. He is not gaining or taking anything out of Branko's lead at the moment. So as Branko's now going to get his tyres up to speed, are we going to see Branko push even further? We know Lars is quick. Right, Andreas is now putting pressure on Terry Trowbridge. Andreas is having a fantastic race here. And as they are now starting to catch the pit cars up, Branko and that are going to the front. So Jonathan's coming out. Tell you what, Jonathan's gained a lot on Lars here. Go back to that. There's Lars and there's Jonathan. Jonathan cutting the white lines there. We saw that. Got to stay in the white lines. David Gerrard is coming out. And that's Krista behind him. So all them cars, and Krista's going to get him. Is he going to get him? No, he's not. He's just going to hold on there, but ooh, that's very, very close. Now Krista's tyres are going to be much, much better. You can see there from the traction. Gerard's going to be holding on to this car for a little bit. I should imagine Krista's got a great opportunity here while the tyres are still coming up. Gerard really needs to concentrate on keeping the tyres gripped. Yeah, I mean, Chris, we've said this. You've got to stay within the white lines, and that was. He's obviously seen the car coming, and that was to me, that was a flagrant breach of the white line. He cut the corner. You know, he's supposed to go round and stay in the white line. We've made that rule specifically to stop people abusing and driving onto the track, and it was obviously new. There was a car there he could race against. Yeah, I think Krista's lost his opportunity here. I think Gerard's now going to get his tyres up to speed. So Wood is only 3 seconds behind Lars. So that pit stop has really scuppered Lars. He lost on average nearly 12 seconds on that pit stop to Branko. So yeah, Lars has really. I mean, if he might have had damage. I mean, if he's had damage, that could explain it. But I don't remember seeing him have any impact with anybody. And McLaren's braking brilliantly. Krista's really got this nailed. Yeah, Larsson's now pitting. And that means Kai is staying out. Kai is not giving in. Kai wants to lead a race, and Kai's leading a race. There you go. He's got 8 minutes to go, so he might stay out another couple of laps yet. So Johan Larsson's now falling down the field as we expected. Krista's still putting pressure on. Let's see how close he's looking there. No, he's not close enough to pass there. He's got a good run, but he ain't got a good enough run. He really needs to be throttling it through Rabia to gain anything there. Very, very tidy though. Both of them almost perfect the way to take the corners. Like synchronised racing. Still racing on the go there. Anything that's happening on track. At the moment, Roman Mark still trying to put pressure on Andreas. Andreas is doing a fantastic job in McLaren, and he's now in hunting distance of Terry. Terry, if I'm not mistaken, is the highest Bentley as it stands. As the other Bentleys have fallen off. Saunders is at the back and is a lap down. Reese Wiggins is towards the back. He's on the same lap. Should be racing against eSports guys tomorrow night. What's that in, Chris? Just struggling getting power down where it requires Andreas here. You see he's not pressing the throttle fully. It's like he's aware the car might drift out and spin. You've got the car on what probably is the limit you can feel, traction there. He's sticking with Andreas, but just have a quick sneak preview behind. Roman's there. Roman's having a go. He's not giving up. This has now become a three-way battle. And Kai's now pitted, so we're going to see Kai tumble down. Cheers, Chris, thanks for that. I think it's the KTM Crossbow Sparrow Spa, isn't it? Fixed class car. That could be a giggle. Terry's really pushing it over the curves there. Kai's now coming out the pits. So Kai has come out in front of Johan. Johan's really trying to pass him here. There goes Johan up the inside. He's going to have the tyres and the brakes, and Johan makes a great pass on Kai there. I don't think there's much Kai could have done there really. He's coming out on colder tyres. So I'm going to go back to Andreas, who's still putting pressure on Terry. I'm going to go to the helicam view because you can see all three cars then together battling it out. I'll put on the other screen the Kai battle so you can see what's going on there. I don't know if Kai's going to put pressure on Johan here, but we'll keep that battle on screen as well. Johan just goes deep again there and off track. Roman's really going for it now against Andreas. So this has put Andreas behind Terry now because he's losing time behind Terry. It was 1 second, it's now increasing to 2, and that's because he's now looking in his mirror. And that's the cardinal sin sometimes. Don't race the car behind, race the car in front, because the second you start looking in the mirror, you're not looking where you're going in front. Just concentrate on the car in front. The guy behind has got to pass you fairly. So yeah, 21 minutes to go. He's managed to hold him off there though, but they're definitely losing time on Terry. Terry's probably breathing a sigh of relief now. I think we'll see the braking difference here now with Roman. Bumping in some good lap times though, Andreas. He's quicker on track than Terry. Well, Terry's fastest lap is quicker, but lap by lap I think he has been quicker than Terry. That's why he's caught him up. Unless he completely got it wrong and Terry passed him. Which might, in that case, that's my mistake. So he's gone very deep there. That could cost him that. His only saving grace there is he might have got a warning for it, but it means he's going to keep the power on. And it's going to cause Roman a bit of a problem. So is he gaining on him? He is, but it's not going to be enough unless he's going to outbrake him. Good driving this. Roman sat there. He knows he's going to get him. And I think Chris Bourne said to me in the past, if you're quicker, just wait. He said because you'll get him rather than run for that dive. Because that dive you're more likely to cause a problem, and you then won't get the car. But if you're definitely quicker, you'll always find the opportunity. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. And I do think Roman will then reel in Terry. Yeah, this is the only real battle on track at the moment. Ricard is catching Goran, but not as close as this battle. Oh, Andreas has lost the back end there. That could cost him. But see, decent driving there. Roman backed off because he knew if he'd have carried on and he'd lost it, Andreas he'd hit him and took his own race out. Really good racing that. Hi Dom. Oh, that back end is really loose. I'm wondering where he's got his PSIs right coming out the pits. Because that back end, he's lost the back end now a couple of times. Unless he's trying too hard. If he's loose, he wants to be careful through Radian. Hi Craig. Branko Bejak's winning. He did a fantastic undercut on Lars in the pits. He is, Willie, he's having a nice run. I think we did, Don, yeah. Some of us did anyway. We all got our new cars. I've yet to try any of them because I've finished work and then got ready for the stream and then had massive PC technical issues where it crashed on me twice. And that's the pit window done. Everybody has successfully carried out their pit stops, I believe. So that's positive. We're all getting better at pit stops now. I remember the few early races where the pit stops just didn't seem to cotton on with everybody and people weren't doing full pit stops, or they were coming out, they'd done the wrong move. We all seem to have nailed it now. Defending well is Andreas. I think he's back again. That's it, Roman's got him now. Oh, Roman's off track. Yeah, Roman's trying his best here to pull away now, and Andreas is thinking, can I get him back? I don't think he'll get him back. But what this means is they're 4 seconds behind Terry, so Terry's managed to run away a bit now. But it takes a mistake. You can see there Johan Larsson's just behind. Let's see if Mark can catch Terry. He's closing the gap slowly. It's not quick enough, mind you. But yeah, he's giving it a go. You can see now he's pulling away a little bit. I'll come back to that one in a minute. I'm going to jump to Goran with Jeremy. So Goran's racing Jeremy down and Rickard's racing Goran down. So these three have been together all race. I think I'm right in saying. Oh, Don, disaster. Bet you've not done it since. That track's gone very quiet. That's the problem with only having a few cars on a large track. Wow. That was Rickard Weston who decided he wanted to take a shortcut through the countryside then, looking at that. Really got it wrong coming up Radion. Johan's catching Andreas now. I'll keep an eye on that, but the gaps are massive. Branko's pulling away. He's nearly 14 seconds clear of Lars. In fact, we'll do a run down. Apologies, Branko. First place. Took lead from Lars. Managed to do an undercut in the pit stop. Come out 11 seconds clear. All we can assume there is Lars had damage, although we didn't see any contact with Lars in any of the races. Yes, Dimitri. He did the undercut in the pits. Actually gained 11 seconds. So, yeah, big gains there. Nearly 14 seconds behind is Lars. I will say Lars was being pressured by Mr. Wood, who's 7 seconds behind. He's pulled away significantly now. We've got David Gerrard 8 seconds behind Wood. Him and Krista were having a good battle before, but that's backed off a little now. Krista is 4 seconds behind the McLaren, and I think he's just trying to consolidate 4th place there. That thought it was 5th place there. That'll be a great result for Krista, that, to be fair. Mark Rogers is 17.5 seconds behind in the second PWS car. Terry Trowbridge is 6 seconds behind Mark Rogers. And Roman Mark has closed the gap from 4.5 seconds to 3.5 seconds. Which took a second out of Terry in that one lap alone. You can see he's pulling away now from Andreas. Andreas is 2 seconds behind Roman. And behind 2 seconds behind Andreas, as you can see there on the screen, is Johan. Okay. Kai Schaefer's 3 seconds behind. Excuse me, had to sneeze then. Mark Christopher is 20 seconds behind Kai. Jeremy Arabas is 10 seconds behind Mark Christopher, and he's been putting pressure on now by Goran Larsson, who's, as you can see, less than a second behind. I was going to say Goran's got a good angle there, but wow, he went very wide. And still no drive-throughs, 12 minutes to go. I'm going to be proven wrong. Ricard Weston is further behind them. He made a mistake before and cut Radian up. In fact, Goran's getting very close to Jeremy now. And then 26 seconds behind Reese, who had a bit of an incident lap 1 and then had another incident after that. Aaron's just crashed and has had to go into the pits. And Merch was involved in an incident and he's running 18th, and then 19th on the grid, who's had a bit of a nightmare and a race to forget. 2 laps down is John Saunders. But back to where the action is, which is this battle here. Birch is subsplaining to do. Yes, Dimitri, you'll have to have him in your office later, mate. What's going on? What's going on? So you could have had me on the track, mate. But never mind. ACC will only give you track cuts and warnings if you keep your foot planted. If you prove to slow down when you go wide off the track and off track limits, you will not get a warning. You will get a track limits alert. It's all to do with whether you keep your foot accelerating. If you ease off or press the brake, you can easily undo a track warning. So I think I went up Radian yesterday, cut it by mistake, and I touched my brakes to take the speed off the car, and I didn't get a warning. I got a track limits, but I didn't get a warning. And I did it earlier, again by mistake, and got a warning, so that's why I put the brakes on the second time. Johan's starting to reel at Andreas ever so slightly. Roman has stabilised with Terry now. We'll get to that point where the tyres will start going off for the second stint. Oh, what are you getting, Dom? You go load cell and you go direct drive from other equipment. My God, it's a massive difference, mate. Massive, massive difference. You will really feel it. But if you've gone load cell for the first time, that'll be the biggest adaptation you'll have to make. Yeah, fellas, know how it goes. And what your first thoughts are. So this gap's now settled down. I'm going to jump forward to Johan. Romans took another second out of Terry. T4. Now, I disagree with that, Nick. I've seen that before. It is all about slowing down. If you go into the corner too quick, you've got a bigger problem. That's the problem there. You know, you've got to make sure that the journey between the start of the corner and the end of the corner is slower than it would be under full beans. Right, I'm going to jump back. I mean, we've still got this battle, but Goran is putting pressure on Jeremy. I'll keep on this one a minute because the gap between Jeremy and that isn't getting as close as this. Yeah, I've been looking at the ones that you can program where you can put different settings and pressures on the pedals. I've not got them yet. I'm looking at them. I'm load cell. I'm all right at the moment. I'm thinking going a hydraulic route rather than a load cell. Don't know if there's much difference in them. Jump back. Goran's got a good run on Jeremy here. As they come up to the bus stop. Not good enough to break out braking though. Jeremy's been consistent actually. Saunders is off track. Saunders is retiring or he's run out of fuel. Oh no, he's just letting all the back markers go. Oh, he said he's had an incident. Gone off track. Okay. Back to where we were. You've got a point there, Nikos. Cutting is a different thing. Cutting a corner isn't track limits, it's cutting the corner. Really going for it there, really going for it. Now, this battle's got very interesting. Goran overtook Jeremy, but he took him off track. So he upset his car, and he's now allowed Ricard to join back in again. So yeah, this battle's still spicy towards the end. Nice, Mr. Bourne. Yeah, I look forward to that link. I presume it's going to be streamed anyway. I've not been asked to do the commentary. There's plenty better commentators out there. Guys, there's some professional paid a fortune to do it. I'm just an old guy sat in a chair, clicking a few buttons. It's really getting hot this now. You can see Ricard and Goran, and they've both gone very, very wide. They're getting a good run on Jeremy here. Jeremy's gone defensive. Oh, he's lost the corner now, Jeremy. As a result of that. So Goran's got Jeremy. Is he going to outbrake himself? I think he did this before and outbroke himself. Jeremy's looking under threat now from the car behind as well, Ricard. The two team burning Burrs have surrounded Jeremy there. Team Sindeo. Nice. Well done, Chris. That's because you're fast. Consistent. Oh God, Weston's gone really, really deep again there. Now this race has settled down. We've got 5 minutes to go. Literally no battles on track. More than welcome, Chris. You let him know. There we go. First car. With a track limit warning. I believe is Merch Pownov. I believe he's got a track warning. There you go. And he's still in his other drive-through. So it's gone from bad to worse for Merch. I think Mr. Sindeo, Dimitri, you have to have words with your staff, mate. The thing is, can Jeremy just keep it going? I will say the BMW tyres do seem to last here. I mean, I raced last night. I know with the nighttime tyres they're a lot cooler. Right, I went into my lap. To be pits, I still had 6 laps left in the car, and the lap before I pitted was my fastest lap, so the tyres were still perfect. Got 2 close battles. This one, wow. Johan and Andreas. These are teammates, by the way. And the drive-through for Merch has been cleared. Thing is, though, we're still going to get points. Smirch is coming out of the pits now, even though the tower says he's yellow. It's because he's coming out of the pits. Oh, he's got too drifty. Oh, he nearly took his teammate out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Andreas's back end again just slipped. I think he's going to... That's it now. I think now he's passed him. It's a free-for-all there. I don't think Andreas is going to have... His back end just looks too loose. Ricard again. What's he doing there? He's just kept it planted. Can't believe he's not getting drive-throughs for that. I mean, he's not cutting the corner. He's eliminating the corner. He's literally taking it straight. Not past Jeremy though as Ricard. He's giving it a try. He's not done it yet. You reckon he did it on purpose, Chris? What? Spin his car and nearly lose it and ram him? Ricard's looking good here. This is a fast part of the track. I will say though, the BMW exits this corner really, really well. It's really good through Puyon, so I think... Oh, he's gone a bit deep there. He does exit that corner really well though. Can't believe that, Stefan. No time gained. To me, that's got it. He's done that 3 times clearly now. I would say that there's definitely track warnings there, so I don't know how he's managed to survive without a drive-through. Unless he's found a part of the track where you can do it and not get caught. And he's going again. He's off track there. He's going for the pass. Jeremy's got the inside corner here though. Is Jeremy going to keep it in or is Ricard going to take it? Jeremy just twitching there on the curb. Now he's done it. Jeremy's backed out. Ricard finally makes the pass. I want to see what Ricard does at the next lap coming through Radion. Does he cut it again? 1 minute to go. So this will be the last lap for these guys, I think, because I'm not too sure actually. The gap in front, the leaders. I'll just watch this and then I'll go to the leader. I want to see how much he takes out of the corner. There's going to be another lap. Actually, Branko's coming over the start-finish line in about 15 seconds, so there's going to be another lap. Let's see what Ricard does here. That's ridiculous. That's blatant. I mean, that's got to be classified as gaining an advantage there, isn't it? Wow. It's 3 laps on the run we've seen him do that with now. It must be something he knows. Roman Mark has caught Terry, but not enough to pass him at the moment. Now, I know we're on the last lap, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. These guys are coming round. And I will switch to yeah, not too impressed with what's going on there actually. On that sounds like he's managed to find a flaw in the game in relation to track limits there, because he's done that 3 times now. In my book, that's a clear-cut warning. Branko's still coming round. He's about halfway through. Can't believe Ricard's got away with one there. Absolutely got away with one. Verdoos, beat the game, beat the game. That's exactly what he's done. I'm going to jump with Branko in a second. Branko's coming towards the end. He's 19 seconds in front of Lars. So we all know Lars is a quick racer. And Branko's 19 seconds in front in the same car. I think there's a big... I think Branko's done a fantastic job here in the McLaren. He's just dominated from the front. You know, he's not dominated from the front. He got Lars on the pits, but he caught Lars up and was putting Lars under pressure. And he's waited, he's abided his time, he's not done any silly moves. He got him at the pits fair and square, just got on with it. So he's coming over the start finish line now. The winner will be Branko Bezjak. Well done, Branko. Great result there. Second place, got Lars Eklund. Up to the bus stop now. So he ended up being 19 seconds adrift. That's a good run that for Lars. And we've got Jonathan Wood coming over, last driver to come through. Bus stop. And David Gerrard, as you can see behind, is putting him under a tremendous amount of pressure. There's your podium. I will switch to Krista. Krista's coming over now. Not that you can see it. He's past Mark Rogers. He's coming round towards the last straight, or the bus stop. Going to put his anchors on. Mark Rogers claims 6th place. Krista there with a fantastic 5th. Terry Trowbridge did manage to hold off Roman, although Roman did catch him up and got within 7/10, 1 point in that lap. Johan Larsson, great battle with Andreas. There's Andreas coming over line. Kai with a good 11th, good solid run there by Kai, good stability. Christopher was a bit out of sorts early on, was being passed for fun, so I don't know if he had the wrong setup on his car. He said he had the wrong setup last night, but you'd have thought he'd learn if that's the case. So he's quite a way down. He was nearly half a minute behind, and that's the back marker he's catching there. John Saunders, who's going to finish in last place. He'll get points for it, but obviously his points are going to be very low in comparison to other drivers. Now Ricard's managed to pass Goran on the last part. Goran went off track. Goran's tyres look like they've just gone on him. There's Jeremy's all over the back of him there as well. So Ricard managed to gain 2 places in the last few laps. Reese coming down, he's a lap down. But he's just got his head down, he's got his points. And then Aaron, everyone else is classed as finished. So that was the race. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And see you on the next stream. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.